Imagine checking in at the airport, thinking you had all of your bags paid for and covered, only for the airlines to say that you owe them $400 for your bags. That's exactly what just happened to us our last flight, and now we think our only option is to leave half of our belongings behind. What would you do?
This is a very unexpected video for us. Normally we would be on an excursion showing you maybe an island or something fun, but this week we're a little short on budget, which is something we will get into in a little bit, but we now have to film a video about slimming down on all of our belongings because it turns out that we are traveling with way too much luggage.
Yeah, so if you don't know us already, we are YouTubers that travel full time. We have been for the past 3 years. We started in the United States, then we went to Europe, and now we're in Southeast Asia. And the Southeast Asia airlines are a completely different ballgame than any airlines we've ever actually encountered.
We know we travel with excess luggage. We have equipment like cameras, tripods, drones, all of the above.
All of your work equipment because he still works full time from the United States.
Yes, and normally what we're used to is we get to the gate and they tell us we are a little over. Sometimes they're just very nice about it, take all of our luggage, but worst case scenario, what we experience is $60, $80, sometimes $90,
$100.
Yeah, excess luggage, which we are totally cool with.
Yeah, because we don't pay for any of our tickets. We haven't paid for a single flight for the past 3 years. So us paying for our bags is really not that big of a deal for us.
Yeah, and keeping these costs down is crucial to our budget in order to be able to afford going out and seeing cities in the way that we want to see them.
But we were just charged an astronomical amount for our bags. It was $400 US on Malaysian Airlines, and we cannot afford to keep that up for the entire time we're going to be in Southeast Asia.
The big difference in luggage fees here is that they are charging us for per kilogram as opposed to per luggage. So instead of just being able to pay that $60, $80 for another bag, maybe a $50 bag, they are charging us around 10 US dollars, sometimes more than that, per kilogram, which is why this last time we were charged that $400 for an extra 40 kilograms. We wish we could change the rules. We can't, at least not now. Maybe, hopefully we have an influence over this, but regardless, we have to fall within their rules, and that means cutting down significantly on our weight. So we've been thinking over the past couple of weeks how we can slim down. One is just purely getting rid of things. We are strongly considering getting rid of a suitcase each, which is pretty dramatic for us.
And literally just leaving it here, and hopefully the housekeeping or the Airbnb host likes what we have and they're grateful that we left it for them.
Yeah, we've made some friends with locals as well, so maybe we could reach out to them and see if they need any of our stuff. Another thing we could do is maybe get a little bit more clever with how we are carrying things on our person because they are not yet weighing us. And so when we go check in our luggage, we have our neck pillow on. That is not weighed. We have our camera on us. We are carrying other things like your pouch. So to fill those things maybe a little bit more, maybe at this point we have to wear 10 shirts and 5 pants to each. We might get a little bit creative with this, but regardless, you can't see it right now, but we have luggage laying all around us. It's spread all over this Airbnb. We are going to really sit down and decide what is absolutely crucial, which I know we said that in our last video, but we got a little, I don't know, if we had extra room or extra weight that we thought we had, we were going to fill it. At this point, we really have to decide what is worth paying,
$100, $200, but we will not be paying that $400 again.
Yeah.
Another option that we are thinking about doing with our suitcases is, 1, we said leaving it here, 2, putting more items on ourselves for the weight, or 3, we are going to be looking at either FedEx or DHL or a ship my bag option, and seeing if we can simply ship it to our families in the United States and seeing how much that might be, because if it is $100 or less per suitcase, that might be worth doing just because it would be cheaper than flying with us by ourselves.
Yeah, and this is all completely new to us. We've never had any kind of problem, at least this extreme. So also, if you know any other way around this, or, you know, we've looked into business class tickets. That costs just as much as us paying excess luggage fees, so that's not really an option for us. But please let us know in the description or in the comment section below, because we really, really need help with this. And, you know, by the time this video comes out, we've probably already gotten rid of a lot of our stuff. But yes, if any tips and tricks, like, please help us, because we need it.
And please subscribe so that you can see if this actually, any of our tips and tricks actually help us along the way.
Yeah, it really does help our channel, just spending 20 seconds and liking the video, subscribing, leave a comment below, just, you know, even if you have nothing to say, it really helps our channel, helps the algorithm, so we'd really appreciate it. But without further ado,
let's get rid of things.
Let's do it. First things first, Abby and I are going to break down our luggage into two piles. One, the pile of things that we could live without, we could give away, and the other pile of things that would be absolutely crucial for us to take on all of our future flights. So we're going to get into it right now and see what those piles break down into. Now, before you judge us for how much luggage we have, just bear in mind that we are traveling for 6 months to a year in Southeast Asia, and we've never been here before, so we really didn't know what we needed before we came here. I do admit we packed a little bit heavy, but not $400 heavy. In any case, we're slimming down, so please don't judge. So one thing that's definitely non-negotiable for me is my contact lenses. Now, luckily, these aren't very heavy, but they are something that I have to consider. I would guess that these are at least a couple of kilograms. We were told that we can find contacts like these here, which I have not done the research on yet and did not want to bet on it before we came over here. So I am packing pretty heavy, as I have about 6 months worth of contacts here. These are staying in the large suitcase.
Something that I always bring with us is kind of like a medicine cabinet, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to drop a lot of this and just hope that they have this medicine in the other countries that we're going, which I'm sure they do.
Something that feels ridiculous now that we realize we are very tight on weight is I brought a full black suit, blazer and pants, a blue blazer, and the dress shirts to match. So at this point, now that we know we don't have the weight, this is a lot of weight going in the suitcase. I don't want to get rid of these though, because they are not super expensive, but just expensive enough that I don't want to just toss them or give them away. We're gonna have to figure out how to get these to some family members. We do have a friend visiting next month, so Abby and I are kind of putting some clothes to the side that maybe she could take back with her, even if we pay for her excess luggage.
Okay, so far, I've gotten these 2 cubes that I can either send to my family or get rid of, and it is almost 4 kilograms on the dot. So saving me some weight, but not too much.
Something else that also feels super ridiculous now that I know weight is going to be our issue is I brought a watch box full of watches. I know this is a big problem of mine when it comes to excess weight. I want to try to get these back to the States, because while they aren't the most expensive watches, I wear mostly just Fossil. A lot of them are, I don't know, very nostalgic for me, hold a lot of memories, were gifts from people, things like that. So I need to get this thing back to a family member for sure. It just makes me feel absolutely ridiculous. So these are the clothes that, while I wish I could take them with me, are not crucial to our travels. These were just kind of the nice to have clothes. I did weigh them out to 2.3 kilograms, which still isn't saving me a ton of room if I get rid of them all. So I'm gonna try to get a little bit creative and see what it looks like if I were to wear all of these clothes to the airport, because like we said, they're not weighing us yet. But yeah, let's see if we can get a little tricky with it. do think I could get away with this. We do carry a good amount of weight on our back in our backpack, but you know, I think I might be getting rid of these clothes, but if I needed to, saw a shirt out at a store I really liked, then maybe I could convince myself to wear layers. What do you think, Abby?
I think you can do it.
I'm pretty hot in this. It was an idea, but I don't think this idea is gonna pan out. Back to the drawing board.
Oh my god, all of them at once?
I'm really hot in this.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. These shirts-
Wow, this is so heavy.
that's what I'm saying.
We might have to do this.
I don't know if I can.
Is this your North Face shirt you're getting rid of?
I know.
I love that shirt.
I don't wear it.
Oh.
Alright, let me get a shirt back on. As always, we have our handy scale here. I do recommend, if you don't have one of these already, to get it if you travel in any capacity, even one trip a year. You just basically hook this to your bag, pull up on it, and it'll tell you how much it weighs. This has prevented us from being those people at the front desk moving things between suitcase and suitcase. And now that we are seeing every kilogram as $10 per leg, this is going to tell us how much things are truly costing us in the airport. All right, so we are going to weigh these 2 empty suitcases to see how much weight we're going to save if we get rid of 2 bags. So I have a feeling these are going to be heavier than we think they are.
I think that one's gonna be lighter than you think.
Really?
Yeah.
I think a couple kilograms each, right? Almost 4 kilograms on our lighter suitcase.
This one I've had since high school, so I didn't do the research that I've done on that suitcase before I got it.
Well, it's gonna be really sad to give away these things that have been with us forever.
I know.
3.5. Whoa. This is lighter than
Rid of that one. Screw that suitcase.
And we have back to the mono suitcase before. We thought it was super cool that it has this zip, so it keeps your laptop accessible. But the more we've traveled with this, we've realized that
The more we actually hate it.
we hate the suitcase. It holds almost nothing. And now we're finding out it's heavy. Yeah, we're definitely ditching the monos. I'm sure they have better products, but this one is not it. Between these 2 suitcases alone is 7.5 kilograms. That would have saved us $75 at the gate. And by getting rid of these 2, it's going to save us $75 per leg. That alone feels so good. We're gonna see what else we can cut.
So a trick at the airport that I'm thinking about trying out, I use my laptop every single day. I use my iPad almost every single night because this is how I watch my anime while laying in bed to get myself to go to sleep. I'm thinking about just holding on to them and carrying them when we check in, and they don't ever say we have to weigh our camera when we're carrying it. So I'm hoping that I can just carry these and them not say anything about it also for the weight.
This is definitely getting difficult. We're getting to the point where we have set aside all the things that we really don't think we need, and we're still overweight. So we have to start making decisions over things that we really need, that are truly crucial, that we still can't afford to put into our luggage.
So I have my carry-on bag and it is 1 kilo over. So I don't know what to do there. I think I'm gonna be wearing these pink cargo pants through the airport. It might be hot, but it has a pocket, a pocket, another pocket, and 2 pockets back here. So I think we're gonna try to put the Apple TV in here. I'm gonna probably put some charging cords in here. I'm gonna probably put some clothes in these pockets and probably some other items in here just to save us weight in our carry-on and suitcase. And I think that will actually help me so much just because I have 1 kilo to get rid of in my suitcase.
Okay, here's where it's getting very, very difficult. I have this duffel bag here that has all of the equipment completely non-negotiable. This is my work computer, our drone, our electronics, and I've even gotten rid of some electronics already. And this bag alone is only allowed to be 7 kilograms, and it's already 12 kilograms. This is the smallest this bag has ever been. I have read online that if your bag, it could count as a personal item if it doesn't draw a lot of attention from the attendant that's helping you check in. It's basically at the discretion of whoever's behind that desk at the time. But as this sits right now, this is gonna cost me $50 per leg, which is a lot more than I was willing to pay. But like I said, it's not negotiable. This is just kind of the pill that we have to swallow at this point.
All right, so this is how I'm gonna have to roll up to the airport to save ourselves some weight. Could be carrying my laptop and iPad. I've got my backpack, which is just over 7 kilos. So I'm hoping that they just let me go. With this one, I'm gonna be wearing my sweatshirt around my waist with the GoPro in the pocket. I am wearing 1, 2, 3, 4 shirts. I'm wearing my cargo pants with all of our plugs, a tripod. I still have 1 free pocket, all of our cords, Apple charger in this one, and then this one is reserved for our Apple TV and our HDMI cord. I may look crazy and I may be sweaty, but it saves us so much money.
Okay, so we filled one of our carry-on suitcases with things that we're either going to completely give away or just trash. We haven't weighed it yet, but this is what it looks like. We have the DJI Osmo, an iron, Abby's clothes, which we need to get that pod back. I am giving away so many shirts. Somebody's gonna be very happy. Some fake AirMays that did not agree with Abby, and these inside of here are some Air Force Ones that I really don't wear anymore. So I'm gonna weigh this to see how much weight we are saving and don't have to ship anywhere. All right, so everything you just saw has been zipped up now in this suitcase. Plus I'm giving away these Air Force Ones that I just don't wear as much as I used to. 11.2 kilos. So this is gonna save us just over at least $110 per leg. I would say that the items in there, maybe besides the Osmo, not even worth that much money, at least not at the state they're in now. So pretty happy about this, getting rid of some weight. We still have all of this luggage here that we want to keep, but don't need to be with us at this moment. So we're going to try to get this to a family member in one way or the other. Abby did see that DHL, we are able to ship clothes, so we might be sending some of this off to our family in Ireland, things that maybe we'll need for colder weather, and then some of this stuff we are going to send with a friend that is visiting us next month to take back to Nebraska. But yeah, I feel like we did a pretty good job. It's still, I'm not super happy about it because we are getting rid of things and we still quite aren't at weight. So we're gonna have to pay money still to have less things. But all in all, I don't know. It's a learning lesson. Hopefully we are making the mistake so that you don't have to make the $400 mistake that we've made. I think we still have a few more things to wrap up here, but we're about done. And we just fit all of the other items that we're gonna be sending home into this bag. I'm honestly really surprised it fit.
I'm nervous.
You only have to pay for this once.
You're right.
Yeah, this alone is 14, almost 15 pounds. So there's $150 off of our destination to destination bill.
If anyone has used an airline here in Southeast Asia or around Asia in general, and they haven't charged crazy amount of prices for bags or per kilo, and they charge per the bag, or they give you 2 free checked bags, please let us know what airline it is because we desperately need that airline.
So we are going to try to call the airline right now to see if there's anything we can do. This is just one airline, it's Malindo Air. I know Malaysia Airlines has a similar policy. Well, that's the one who's charged us $400, so we know that's their policy. From some of the locals we've talked to here, they do say that they're pretty strict on that rule, so I don't think there's any way around that. Currently though, our suitcases are just at 20, maybe 21 kilos. So in the event we have 23 kilo allowance, these are under in the event, which happens more likely for us that we have a 20 kilo allowance. These might cost us $10, $20, $30. So not a bad deal there. Then our luggage, like this, like we showed, this is probably gonna be over, this could be as much as $50 if someone's nice and just kind of overlooks this. Maybe we get it for free.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. As you've seen, Abby does have her tricks. She's gonna be packing all her pockets. What else? You still have your bag, which is, Abby's bag is like maybe 1 kilo over, so not too bad. But I think we're gonna be happy if all we're gonna have to pay is about $100 per leg. We do get our flights for free, so $100 for 2 people to get each new destination is not too bad. Can't complain, but yeah, like I said, a learning lesson.
Sector is currently experiencing a high volume of calls. Customers who do not have immediate or urgent travel requirements to call at a later time or email to customer_care@maridoair.com.
So we know that we're going to be over by like 10 to 30 kilos. So we are purchasing 30 kilos extra with our bags. So it's going to be around $100 for that. However, for some reason, when I try to purchase the extra $100 or the extra 30 kilos online, it is not allowing me to purchase. It's saying that the purchase has not gone through. And when I did call them online, it was actually more expensive on the phone. So I'm really hoping that this goes through online. We were able to add the extra baggage, which feels so good because it was only $100 this time instead of $400. So instead of shipping our gold suitcase over to my parents or Logan's parents, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking it with us because I did get a quote from DHL. I got a quote from Ship My Bag and My Bag, and they were all around $200 US to ship them, where if we take it with us for $100 and then give it to our friend to take back with her, it will be $100 altogether because she gets it for free. All in all, we saved ourselves $300, and I hope Malaysia Airlines is also much easier when we go with them again. Logan, how do you feel about all this?
I don't know how I feel. I think I got so used to luggage and how it was weighed and how we were charged throughout the United States and in Europe. I am not sure why it's any different in Asia, but this is the reality we live in, and just, yeah, the truth that we have to come to understand. So, yeah, I don't know. Not super happy about it, but we'll make do. Like I said, we can't complain. This is what we signed up for, so.
Yeah, and with this extra allowance, that means I don't have to wear my pants and pack all of my pockets. So,
at least not this next flight.
not this next flight. We might have to for Malaysian Airlines.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.